about as tight as I can get it in there for the recording. Okay, so what I have is my bishop is in sketch mode. I've got my 1/2 inch added to the back side of it. Some of the tools that we have are not going to quite get into the spots that some of the tools we have are not going to get into the spots for the bishop that we want to do. So here's what I want to do. I want you to, everybody's got their bishop in this spot? I want you to come up here to this nose. And I want you to draw a circle. Let's make it about 200 thousandths in diameter. Oh, gosh, that looks really big. Maybe 100 thousandths, 150. We're just playing a little bit here, so let's just call it 150. The front of the bishop.
Show up today or just like at all?
Who has showed up at all at least one time.
All of them.
Yeah. So has everybody showed up?
So
9 of them?
Yeah, I had 9 yesterday.
So,
Can you give them like a C just for fun?
You cannot. Either get an A or an F.
Another every semester then?
Yeah, so now that'll charge financial aid and everything for them.
Gotcha.
So, usually just do a quick submit again, just because of,
Right.
you know, and so that's it.
Okay,
Good.
sounds
So
good.
now you're good to go.
Alright, I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, see ya.
We'll figure out class time or however we need to do that.
Yeah.
I can take a laptop and probably go out there if I need to with them.
If we get our bishop ready to go, then we'll be out doing the machining on it. So we'll figure out. We'll probably do a little toggling tomorrow, but we'll figure it out.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so Wyatt, you know where we're at now. So I put a 300 or 150 thousandths diameter circle close to the first little low spot at the top of the bishop. So this is the ball. It's kind of
right underneath the ball.
Yeah. It's in the valley of
Yeah.
right here.
Okay. See, mine's just like mine doesn't have
the radius between the ball.
You don't have a radius there?
No, he didn't have us do a radius there.
There's a radius there on the front. Okay, that's so it just goes straight edges.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna get rid of it anyway.
It's just straight. That's why it was cool.
Yeah. What did you have something, Mikhail?
It works with the bishop.
You can open the bishop.
Yeah, he didn't have us do like Vivian didn't have us do any radiuses, so it's just kind of
Leave it as is. Okay. And so yeah, that's fine. So what I want you to do is I want you to move this circle into tangent to this circle, tangent to this line. So we're going to go tangent, circle to radius, and then circle to line. So what?
How big do you make it?
150. 150 thousandths in diameter. And then we're going to use the scissors and we're going to trim out the stuff we don't want. So we're just going to try to make that a little bit bigger, a little bulkier. Tangent to the circle and then tangent to the angle.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I mean, I like some of those small sections in there. They also get pretty fragile though, too. So
This is at the very top of the circle.
this is on the bottom part on the upper corner of the 4-inch side, tangent adjacent to the airplane.
You're making a bigger.
Really?
So this is at the, like, if the bishop was standing up, this would be kind of towards the top as you would grab it. So there's a little ball on the top of it, right? And so that's where we are. So let me pan over just
It's
a
kind
little.
of a heavy chess piece.
Yeah. Don't forget we added a 1/2 inch to it.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's solid. Have you ever seen the chessboard that they make?
I saw one picture of it, it's freaking huge.
It's huge. It's this thick. It's like that by that.
It's dumb.
Like
How much is it? Probably like 20 grand.
$1 billion. Yeah, I mean they are unlimited by dollars, you know. And so I saw it and I was like, so it's got big long cord holes drilled in it, so all the pieces slide in it and it's got
Really?
knobs on the end. I was like, you're already showing off now, man. But again, they live on they don't have a budget like we do, you know. So we're not building a chessboard like that. Okay, so we could,
Oh,
yeah, but we're not.
That'd
You
be
know.
something to show off, wouldn't it?
Huh?
That would be something to show off.
And I thought about that. So so my division chair asked me the other day. She says, "Hey, can you make some cool stuff for the pre-apprenticeship room, and then start making some stuff for the new building?" I was like, "Sure." I was like, "Who's paying for this, and how big do you want us to go?" And she's like, "Well, how big what can you do?" I said, "Well, it depends on how much you're willing to pay. You know, if you say you got no budget, yeah, we're totally building this stuff.
Oh,
You know, but if you say you got to stay within $600, we're definitely not building this stuff. You know, so just depends on what.
When I make my circle tangent to the ball on the top and then the lines it's supposed to make.
It should make something that looks like that.
Aren't you critical?
This should be a curve that our current TNMG or TNMT will be able to do. You what?
I didn't trim the lines.
Okay,
I
so,
didn't cut
so you're trimming lines now? You got it. You're good. Everybody's caught up? Everybody's good? Okay, great. Let's keep moving down the part just a little bit. Up here, we're probably good. As we get over to here, this deep valley, we're going to do something similar. Let's make a circle about 1/4 inch. No, that's not.
Past that,
There we go. There we go.
right?
Yeah, so I'm past, so here I am right there. So we'll make something about 1/4 inch and then just do the same thing. So circle tangent to this line and circle tangent to this guy. And then we'll trim it out. So it still remains that kind of curvy, cool shape.
Yeah.
And then I'm not worried about the groove. The groove is only like 100 wide, I think. We've got narrow grooving tools to do that. That's going to be easy. Everybody good there? Need a few minutes?
Is that all we're gonna change?
No, we're gonna do something over here too, just to make life just a little simpler for us. But when we do this, we want to try to not affect this line any more than we have to, because this is where the 4th axis milling happens along this line. So what we want to do, if words will come out, is we want to make something that maybe comes off of this angle, and I'm just going to play with it for a second. Maybe if we come down here and then do some radius at the bottom. So hang tight, let me play for a second and see what I can come up with without getting into that. Will probably do it. So let's make this 250. Yeah. Okay, so what you need to do is come off of, ooh, I didn't do it. Let me back up. I want to come off of this chamfer. So I'm gonna go line, chamfer, and I'm gonna go into,
How's your chamfer already?
I drew mine whenever I drew the half section of it. So here's where I vary from the way that he draws. I draw the half section of the entire thing and then revolve everything. Where he probably drew somewhat squared and then added chamfers and radiuses as he went. We can still do that. Yours might be slightly different, but so if you've got a square corner there, then just come off of that square corner and just go to whatever line point that you can close to this. So you got, I mean, your angle may not be quite the same as what mine is, but that's okay. And then I want you to, we're going to put a fillet in here and go from this line and this line, and it's going to be a 0.25.
What line did you go to?
I went to, let me back up. So wherever this line intersects at,
So why doesn't it go all the way to that point for you?
because I got a radius there.
So for us, we can just make it where
Yeah, go to that. If you have two lines that intersect like this, just go to there. Yeah. I mean, I just put my, like I said, my radiuses just go in as I go. So pros and cons in doing that. The way he does it, if you want to change your radiuses as you go, you can. For me, I'm going back and changing mine on my half section as I go. So,
and we add
How
fillet.
big was the radius? 0.1?
quarter of an
Wait,
inch.
so why are we adding this line right here anyways?
So imagine I've got my profiling tool, my inserts like this.
Oh, it won't cut that.
It's the wrong way. So we would need to take a left-hand cutter or a grooving tool and come in and grab this, which we could do, but we're just not gonna do it on these. Okay, so we can get more complicated, but we're gonna Duplo it right now. So you should have, and yours can vary. This is no problem. Like I said, we're just playing a little bit here. And then just go into however your intersection, and like I could go down to here, and that would probably be closer to what you guys have. And then I'm going to create a fillet from this line, and it's going to be 0.25. With me?
Mm-mm.
Desiree.
I know.
Felt like that was simple. What don't you have?
So you're trying like this,
And then just put a fillet right here.
Yeah, that
right
fits.
there.
I'm afraid it's gonna be plus size. Yeah, it's not wearing a bikini. And so you're just gonna take and go fill it from here to here. And it's gonna be 0.25.
And what about, would that matter?
This line, this line?
No, that's fine. You're good. Okay, now I need to trim out anything that I'm not gonna use because I don't want it to be involved in my revolution. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and do I'm gonna do a file save as, and I'm gonna call my bishop turning modified. Because I made the correct one, and if I want to go back and do that, I've already drawn it. I don't want to lose it, so I'm just gonna call this bishop turning modified.
For some reason, when I like try to revolve it again, it's cutting out all those chamfers I put on there and it won't let me actually revolve it.
It won't let you revolve it at all.
It shows it, the thing that says like error, because it's got all those fillets.
Fillets. So go in. Okay, let me revolve mine. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You might go in and delete those. So this might be a little easier cutting for us. So yeah, she's still a little, or he, depending on, it could be a he or a she. It's still a little hourglass shape, but getting a little thicker. This thing was on quarantine for a while. Ate too many Cheetos, so got a little thick.
So you want us to delete these fillets?
Yes, you want to say fillet, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's heavy duty.
Yeah, it's getting thicker. Yeah, it's getting thicker. But so we've left this alone, and that's where your milling grooves come in at, and so we'll try to leave those alone the best that we can. And so if you need to, in your timeline, delete out some radiuses and then recreate some radiuses, you can have a little freedom there. You make radiuses whatever you want them to look like. I'm not guaranteeing that we won't have to go in and do just a little more tweaking as we go. This should be a doable part though. I'm gonna run over to manufacturer and just see what it looks like. What if I can do it or not. Still got some problems.
Right, did it automatically update and deleted it? That's
Yeah, I deleted all of the flooded chambers.
Did it like automatically fix it?
I took it to where it needed to be. Not working. Probably didn't delete it.
I'm gonna delete that whole tool out. Start over again. Dang it.
So you said we could like you know where we're gonna use that grooving tool? Instead of those being chamfers, can I make them fillets?
Fillets?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it'd look better if everything on the part
Was curvy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely, if you want to have, rather than having chamfers there, if you want to have a radius, and Brett's talking about in these corners, you can do that. It's not going to change anything dimensionally. It's just, just be a nice soft edge on there. So I'm not sure why.
What size of chamfer is good for that? Doesn't matter.
Boy, they can't be very big. That whole groove is only 100 thousandths wide. I mean, it's probably a 10 to 20. My turning profile is split into 2 or more closed parts. You can avoid this error by modifying your model to ensure that all of the profile are connected. So I might have a drawing problem. I'm going to go back into design and edit my sketch. So if you would, go ahead and jump in to manufacturer and see if you can start turning this thing.
Is it model front, not stock front?
You can do it either way. I think on this one, I don't think it's going to matter much.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So on the hat, it gets a little cut out.
That notch, yeah.
And I did the radiuses, and it cuts both of them out now.
cuts both radiuses out now.
It didn't do that before.
Oh, well, that's because that's not right. Something's wrong.
I know that.
Alright, let's rotate this thing around so we get sketch. Okay, I see where your problem is. So when you trimmed, so trim out, I do that here a lot whenever I do that. So I'm gonna modify the trim back up there. Trim. I want to trim out this part of it.
But then it doesn't have the.
So it looks, mine's not finished. Mine's got some, like I said, mine has some errors. I've got something unclosed on mine, but that's right now. See, we just made it chunkier there, but you still got to fix this section. That's what we just got done doing with this big valley, where we came off of this angle here, and we put this 1/4 inch radius down here. So you want to go from here to here. So go from here to here.
I was at the first one.
Did you have that? Did you tell him not to do that?
When you have the chance, can you show the tool insert dimensions?
Yeah, it's the same tool that we did before.
Yeah, just on this computer, it's all
Oh,
millimeters.
change it down at the bottom to inches and see if
Yeah,
it'll.
I saw it.
Okay.
So I just wanted to use that.
Looks like it'll machine it.
Yours did it? Good.
So
And now, let's fill it in here. And type in 0.25. Enter. And then now we'll cut out this. Good?
I don't think it really matters.
I don't know why the ball
Just rotate it to save.
What do you mean the ball? Oh. Okay,
The
go back
only
to your
one that matters
sketch.
is the. Alright, never mind, Justin.
What's that?
It only did like,
Part of it?
yeah,
Trim out that half of the ball.
it wouldn't do the ball.
No,
No.
not that.
You got it. Let's zoom in there more. Trim out the bottom now.
This one.
That little that section there, yeah. And the other section, yeah. Okay, now do it.
No.
Yeah, don't do it. There you go.
I think that's it.
Okay, I think that's it too. Okay. Did you say it will not machine the small ball in the front?
Well, I just changed my depth and it looked like it highlighted it now.
I've still got it.
Oh, there we go.
You got it?
I changed it to 50,000 instead of 30 and I did it.
I've got a problem somewhere in mine. That's right down there. My sketch is not connected at some point. Hmm. Ah, that's jacked. There we go. Alright, let me see if I can get mine done now. Okay. Anybody else have a problem turning it?
The ball.
The ball.
The ball in the end's like square.
The ball in the end is square.
Yeah, it doesn't want to do the full radius. There's a backside, but not the front.
That's strange.
I know.
That it would do the backside.
No, well, it's like that on mine. Anyways.
Hmm. What? I'm not sure why mine will not. I think, did you face it off or did you just go straight to turning?
Face.
Hmm.
Just see the square on the front.
That's weird. I have got other problems. Brett, will you save yours on USB? Do you still have my USB? Okay. Save yours on your USB and I'll pop it up and see if I got it. John, did you get yours to turn? What's the problem with it?
I'm not done with my brain. I'm gonna
Probably try to stay awake while we're working on them then. Did you get yours to turn? Or you have a problem in the front?
Yeah, the ball.
Ball.
Square top.
That's really strange. Why don't you bring yours over here real quick? Let's take a look at it. See if we can figure that out while we're going.
I'm not gonna grab it and save it to the USB. Like save the model to the USB?
Yeah, that'd be fine. So you can go to here. You can do save as, and then you would go in. Actually, probably easier to do file export. and then you can go to like USB or whatever you've got.
Mine doesn't do that.
Yours doesn't do file export?
It does, but it doesn't give me, it doesn't go to my file. It gives me some like weird file.
So, are you here?
Mhm.
Okay, close that. And is there not a thing below it? So it says name type, is there a thing that says location?
Yeah.
So go to location, see?
Justin's.
Okay, so it's chomping it off right there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the front of it. Okay. That's strange. Thank you.
Yep.
There's roughing. And finishing. Still not doing that. Okay, so let's go back to here. And let's move our part up closer to it. Okay, it's not leaving that big old wedge on the front there, but it's not going all the way down. Why is that? It looks as though it's just not letting us get all the way down to the bottom. So, is there something here that lets us get all the way down to the bottom? Let's try and start to move on. Why are we moving front, back, horizontal? Maximum length of print. Nope. Still doesn't. Okay. All right, it's 11:10. Does everybody have the problem of Wyatt, is yours the same way? Yours leaves the nub on the front.
Oh, yeah, mine's
Yours leaves the nub on the front. Does yours turn the ball in the front? Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff needs to change.
Wyatt's looks.
That's my right thing.
Wyatt's and Desiree's look beautiful.
I don't know.
That's jacked up.
Do they have a face off?
They.
I did.
Yeah, both of them have face offs.
What are their settings? There's gotta be something.
Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. You can work as a group. You can work however you want. Tomorrow, have this thing ready to run. Okay. The groove, I have a narrow grooving tool for you guys to use for the groove. So this will be an additional tool. This thing is 62 thousandths wide, straight groove tool. Okay.
16th, okay.
Yep, 1/16 of an inch. You'll still use your normal 125 to part off. So you're gonna need to make a 62 thousandths wide grooving tool. You need to troubleshoot, figure out what your problem is. I've got my own problems on mine. I'll work those out. So you're gonna have 3 tools. So a turning tool, the TMNT, VNMT, sorry. Then you're gonna have the 62 thousandths wide grooving tool. Then you're gonna have the 125 wide part off tool. Work out those problems. You guys can work as a group as you want to solve those problems, and then we'll run them first thing when we get here, okay? And then we'll go from there. Okay. So Chunky Bishop is what you need to be working on.
I got a question,
Yes.
and this is not, Bishop. This is probably not